Fantastic, fantastic. So how are you all feeling?
We're feeling great, ma'am. How are you feeling?
I'm good, I'm super. How are you feeling? All of you. Maybe we can share in the chat box. Good, okay. I'm going to ask this question, in this 2 hours many a times. So please be prepared. How are you feeling right now?
Ma'am, we are feeling good.
Only Eva and Kshitij are feeling good. How about the remaining people?
We're feeling good, ma'am.
Good. Okay, super. More responses, yeah. This is going to be very informal. Please don't be so formal, okay? We'll just have conversations, fun conversations, and we're just going to have fun. So please relax yourselves, okay? And please smile, everybody. Though your cameras are off. Yeah, see, my screen is shining now. Fantastic. Thank you. Thank you, Sankalp, Club Sankalp, and I congratulate you for all the programs you've been doing. Quite happy with what you've been doing, and I see that a lot of you are socially responsible. I again congratulate you for doing this. And then I also would like to thank Vishnu, who I've been talking to, and Club Sankalp for giving me this opportunity to connect with you all amazing people. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Right? And then
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, let's start with this. I hope and I think most of you, at least in the senior class, have been placed in some organizations, good organizations, is it? No placements yet?
Ma'am, placements are going on for the senior batches.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You have been attending interviews?
Ma'am, yes.
At least the senior class?
Ma'am, junior class, even the junior class is having interviews for the internship. So for the MBA first year batch, we are having the interview for internships, and the senior batch is having for their placements.
Yeah. So I was just guessing at least few of you have got some offer letters. Yeah. Okay, fantastic. I congratulate all those people who have been placed. Now, let me ask you a question. For those people who have, faced the interview, what were the questions that have been asked to you guys? Just a brief, you can share it in brief. What type of questions did they ask you?
Ma'am, first of all, they'll ask an introduction.
Okay.
Then next they'll ask why do you want to join in our company?
Super,
so
okay.
What are your strengths and weakness? So what would you do for our company?
Sometimes they even ask, what do you know about the company?
Okay.
And they'll ask job description, job roles, and what are your responsibilities would be there. After briefing about the company, they'll ask such type of questions, such like, what do you know about the company and what kind of job are you going to perform and all.
Okay. Thank you, Sai Kiran. Anybody else?
Sometimes they will be asking for what is the best reason in you to hire you.
Exactly. Okay. Thanks, Pawan. Anybody else want to share?
Ma'am, it's like sometimes if we have listed out any hobbies or interests, that time they'll question us about the hobbies. Like they'll get to know. Like if I just write, I love reading, I'm an voracious reader, they'll be like, no, they'll find out somehow, ma'am. That I have experienced.
Okay. Anybody else would like to share?
Yes, ma'am. They even ask, what would you like to be in coming 5 years or 10 years?
Yeah. Thank you, Ria.
Rate yourself, ma'am, and rate yourself on 1 to 10, or else the question will be asked how much you are expecting the salary.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Anybody else would like to share? Okay. I want to share my experience, my first job experience, my first interview. Can I?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sure.
Yeah. So I just finished my MPhil and I had gone to a college, degree and a PG college for an interview. I was having my thesis, my certificates and all in two hands and balancing, and then I entered the interview room. And then the interviewee, what they asked, they didn't even glance at my thesis. What they asked is, how well will you be able to handle yourself, because I was just 22 then at that time. How well will you be able to handle yourself in a group of young adults? How would you build your team? Or how will you manage your emotions when you find an inappropriate behavior? These were the questions which they asked me. They never asked me what was my score in my 10th grade. How much did I score in my, science examination in my 8th grade? Did they ask you? Did they?
No, ma'am.
Anybody?
No, ma'am.
Anybody? No? Just think over. Do you think is it possible that people will ask your sports in your interviews?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No? No? Okay, fantastic. Anybody, please be responsive. Yeah. I said this is very informal conversation. This is not a class. We're just chit-chatting. That's it. Ashish, Arpana, Harshita. I would like to hear to your voice, your sweet voice, Harshita. What do you think people will ask you in the interviews?
They've asked me to tell me about myself. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? And
Okay.
if given an opportunity in this situation, what would you do? Those were the questions that I was asked.
Fantastic. I think most of us would face questions like this, but not our test scores, right? So after my interview and after so 10 or 15 years in the hindsight, I realized, why did my school focus only on the test scores? Why did they not intentionally teach these skills like being aware of my strengths and my weaknesses? That is what they ask you, right, in your interviews, in your job interviews. And then how good are you a team player? Or how will you build a team, right? How will you maintain a positive relationship with your team? Not only in an office, even in your home, right? These are some skills which are required. We need to maintain positive relationships with our family, or is it only with the office people? No, right? And everybody has their strengths and weaknesses, which we are still not aware. At least I am still in the process of knowing. And this is something which schools don't do it. At least intentionally, they don't do it. In my time, no, I didn't have this experiences of knowing my strength in the school itself. Even now, if you look at most of the schools, even now, their parents, teachers, most of them are focused only on the test scores, right? Not on the skills, real skills, which make them ready to face life. I don't say academics is not important, but this is also equally important, right? Life skills. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
ma'am.
okay. Shall we play a little game?
Sure, ma'am.
Everybody for it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will read out a set of few behaviors or skills. Maybe 5 or 6 behaviors. You just need to guess whether these behaviors or skills are something which we learn, or are these skills or behaviors which we are born with, congenital. Are we born with these skills or behaviors, or are these behaviors which we learn? Is the question clear? Shall we do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Biting nails.
We learn it.
You learn it.
Learn it.
You learn it. Okay. Say combing your hair.
Learn it.
We learn it.
Learn it.
Learn it.
Okay. You become hungry and then you look for food.
Born.
Natural.
Natural.
We are born with it.
Born with it.
We are born with it.
Yeah. You bully someone.
You
bullying.
learn it, ma'am. You see others doing it and you do it. So it's
Okay. Then say, as I said, being aware of your strength.
We learn it.
We learn that.
We learn it, ma'am.
Always be
Learn
learning.
it. Sure.
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am, we learn it with experience.
Yeah, gradually. Right. And then say, yeah, taking, say responsible decision making.
We learn.
Ma'am, we
Learn,
learn it.
learn with experience.
We learn with experience. We are not born with it, right? So do you think all these skills are important?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. But are we intentionally taught the skills?
No, ma'am.
Not
Not ma'am, all
Self-taught.
of them.
Not all of them. No, but at least not intentionally, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Not
ma'am.
intentionally.
Maybe we pick up some ideas here and there through our life experiences, but nobody teaches them intentionally, right? So, learning curve life skills foundation is based on these thoughts. Why shouldn't, children be taught the skills right from KG? So just imagine a child who is taught the skills in school when he reaches your age, when he's ready for the workplace. How would that kid look like? Mentally, how would that kid look like? Would he be able to face any problem life throws at him? I'm not saying that learning all the skills will free you of all the problems, but it will probably give you strength, the stamina to face any problem in your life and handle yourself with grace. Do you think so?
Yes, ma'am.
So we at Learning Curve Life Skills Foundation are exactly trying to do this. Intentionally we are trying to teach kids social and emotional learning from KG right till 15 years. 3 to 15 years, we have our own curriculum, which we offer it to schools, government schools, private schools, under-resourced schools, any schools who come to us, and we offer this curriculum to them. And then, they are superb results. We've presented papers, international conferences, and yeah, though this subject is new in India, we are doing it, very well. I'm so happy, children doing all this, right? How do I share my screen? Can you make me the host?
Ma'am, try sharing it once. You'll be able to share it.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है? Knock knock.
Yes, ma'am, we are here only.
You're here or you're sleeping?
No, ma'am, we are here only.
I hear only Emma's voice, yeah.
Ma'am, we're here only.
Yeah, ma'am.
We are here, ma'am.
How are you
Ma'am, we're
feeling
here.
right now?
We are here, ma'am.
Yeah, how are you feeling right now?
Good, ma'am.
Good.
Only good?
Good, ma'am.
Always good.
Super, yeah. So today we are just going to, we're going to find ourselves. How? Let's see how we do this. As I said, we believe that social emotional skills are the core component in any child's growth, and we work with this concept. This is the plate in which all the learning is based on, and we are based in Hyderabad, right? Okay. These are few instructions. I hope you have your pens and papers ready, handy. Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then, yeah, please keep your videos on if possible. I can see your beautiful faces, please. If possible, and if it's not a problem. And then, yeah, you're free. I said this is a very informal workshop. You are free to have any question you can ask. And please don't forget to have fun. I'm going to have fun, absolutely. I hope you too.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Okay, there are few rights and responsibilities for this workshop. Quickly, let's go through this. As I said, this is very informal. So anybody shares anything, will not judge them. And this is a non-judgmental place. And after this workshop, you're not going to say, "Arey, उसने ऐसा क्यों बोला यार? इसने ऐसा क्यों बोला?" नहीं, ऐसा नहीं होगा, ठीक है? We'll ask questions and we'll participate and we'll hear if somebody is saying something. And then responsibilities. Can somebody share your responsibility? In this workshop only, please. No responsibilities? Yeah.
Not to judge, ma'am.
Okay.
And
Only
to be
one.
active.
To be more interactive.
Super.
And active participation.
Yeah. And
Ma'am, to hear everyone patiently.
yeah, baat hai. Thank you.
To have fun. To have fun.
Yeah, that was our right and responsibility to have fun. Okay. Yeah. How are you feeling right now? Don't say good, please.
Exactly. Ma'am, always good.
Energetic.
Energetic, okay. You got one feeling, yeah. Different feelings.
Curious.
Curious. Arey wah, kya baat hai. Okay. Again, quickly we'll look at the objectives. One objective would be to appreciate one's own strengths and identify development areas. Understanding our emotions, this is a big subject in it, but in the limited time we have, we'll just try to have at least a look at what our emotions are, right? The third objective is this: to show willingness and effort to manage our own emotions. I want to have a look at what are you expecting to learn from this workshop. Can you please share your responses in the chat box? Or if it is okay, you can even talk either. It is okay. Yeah. What do you aim to learn from this workshop? Alvira?
I was just typing just to be more happy and be more aware about what I feel and what others go through, just like that.
Okay.
Others' point of view on different things.
Okay.
And learn to respect it.
Okay. Any other people want to share?
We have responses in the chat box. Ashwin is saying to be a better version of myself and be open to more perspectives.
Very well.
Trimala is saying learning how to manage our emotions in a better way.
Okay, super. We'll try to do all this, okay? Yeah. I hope you have this team division or something like that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
This is the This is the question you have. If you had a chance to have dinner with one person from history, who would that be and why? In your teams, you think of this question and come back in 2 minutes. 2 minutes, right?
Ma'am, it should be fun or else it should be really serious.
It's up to you, my dear. It's up to you. There are
Okay.
no right and wrong responses in this workshop. Whatever you feel, you can say. We will not judge you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, go for it. 2 minutes, come back. And you can share your responses if you want. Chalo, your time starts now. So, are we done? Knock, knock. Are we done?
Ma'am, please allow us 1 more minute.
Okay, okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
You can call me Sirisha, please. No, ma'am, business.
Okay.
क्या हो गया? Done? I want to, listen to some responses. Can I?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, teams are working on it. They'll get back to you in some time, ma'am. Please.
Such a silly question. क्या thesis लिख रहे हो क्या आप लोग?
Ma'am, there are few names in team 4.
Okay.
Someone wants to go on a dine with Queen Elizabeth.
The older one.
Yes, ma'am. And someone wants to go with Hitler also.
अरे बाप रे. Okay.
Yeah, there are some funny responses, and I wanted to go with Michael Jackson.
Okay. And you, Kshatish, with whom are you going to?
Yeah, ma'am, I would like to go with Michael Jackson. I would like to dine out with him once.
Any more responses?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Me and our team member would like to go on a dinner with Mother Teresa.
Okay. Super.
And about us, we would like to go with Freddie Mercury.
Huh? Sorry?
Freddie Mercury.
Okay.
Ma'am, our team wants to go a dinner with Henry A. Fischel, who invented exams. I just want to ask, why did he do that?
Okay. Very nice. Okay, you had fun doing this? Are you still working on it? Are
Ma'am,
you preparing for a dinner? अरे चलो चलो अब बस कीजिए, बहुत हो गया डिनर की proceed, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for participating in this silly questions. Yeah. Now थोड़ा सा serious stuff करें, थोड़ा सा, बिल्कुल थोड़ा सा.
Yes, sure, ma'am.
Arpana, why are you wearing mask?
Ma'am, I'm not well, ma'am.
Oh, I'm so sorry. What happened?
I'm down with fever and tonsillitis, ma'am. So there are so many people around me, so if I cough, it will be a problem.
Okay. Chalo. All about me. What is self-awareness according to you? Anybody, please share your responses. What is self-awareness?
The concept of learning continuously.
Okay.
Knowing about being more aware of your own self, like
I'm
the strength,
exploring new
weakness,
things, ma'am.
how you handle
Okay.
situations.
Okay.
Ma'am, to know about your thoughts and emotions.
Okay.
I'm knowing yourself, what you are feeling, how are you feeling, and how you will act in a certain and different situations.
Okay. Are there any responses in the chat box? What is your definition of self-awareness is my question.
And we have one response, knowing about ourselves.
Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Thank you for your responses. Now, when you think of self-awareness, according to me, only humans have this capacity to introspect. This is my thought. What am I feeling? These are my thoughts. So for me, self-awareness is this capacity of introspection. Okay. Can I keep on checking. Now I'm feeling excited. I may feel happy. I may feel sad. But when a dog can think of all this, or a cat think of all this. I don't think so they can. They have emotions, but they don't introspect. Only we humans have this capacity of introspecting. That is checking our thoughts and feelings. Isn't it? We can separate ourselves. See, Sirisha is different from Eva. Eva is different from Ashwin, right? And Ashwin is different from Tirumala. But a cat, a dog, or a monkey cannot do this. I know I'm separate. You know you're separate. Yeah? And we all know we all belong to this nature, to this environment. We can separate ourselves. This capacity is only present with humans. No other animal on this planet has this capacity. So according to me, self-awareness is the capacity to introspect ourselves, our thoughts and our feelings. Right? What are your thoughts on this? No thoughts?
I think you are right. This is very important to know yourself, about yourself. And what are you saying? No, animals they don't know they are different from each other. So I agree with you this point. No, we humans know you are different, I am different, he is different, she is different. But animals, cat, dogs don't know they are different from each other.
Yeah. And then this self-awareness also gives us the path to plan our future. For example, what dinner are we going to have after this workshop? Right? A dog cannot plan its dinner. We can also plan, for example, how many children should we have? Should we have children or not? Only we can do this, right? A monkey or a chimpanzee cannot plan all this. So having self-awareness gives us this capacity to plan for our future. When you look at an ape, a gorilla, or a chimpanzee, it does have emotion. It has a little bit of self-awareness. For example, it can break out a nut, take out a fruit, but it cannot plan its future. So being self-aware, gives this capacity for a human being, for an individual to plan for the future. Yeah, agree? No?
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes. Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now let's see how much do we know ourselves, our own selves. Uh, are you in for a story? A small, little story?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. Definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, let's do this. Now, I love watching documentaries, and one of the documentary I watched on Nat Geo, I believe, was about Buddha. And this story was, supposedly being told by Buddha to his students or disciples. The story is about a man and his 4 wives, right? So at the time when Buddha was there, it was okay, it was normal in India to have, a man to have more than 4 wives, several wives, not 4 wives, several wives. So like that, there was a man who had 4 wives, and this man was a trader. He was a merchant. So he used to travel, he used to earn a lot of money, and then he used to spend his time with his wives. So he became old, and one day he was on his deathbed. Are you listening?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes.
We are
Yes.
listening.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you, thank you. I'm just checking in. That's it. So on his deathbed, he was just sleeping, and he was thinking, okay, I've spent my entire life, and I'm on my deathbed. Let me, see if my wife will accompany me beyond death. Will they come with me? Because I've spent my life doing everything with them. So let me see. So and then he called his fourth wife, the last wife. And this wife, he spent his money, his time, and he loved this lady a lot, right? And this lady, she comes and he asks, see, I'm now going to die. Will you accompany me? The fourth wife looks at him and she says, are you mad, old man? Why will I come? I'm just waiting to die. And then she leaves. And this old man is sad. He's shocked. अरे मैंने इतना टाइम इसके साथ बिताया इतना I spend my time, I spend my money, I spend my everything on this, and this lady, she is denying me to accompany me. And then they themselves, and then they the word, can somebody unmute like
We request all the participants, please mute your mic. Participants, please mute your mic. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, where was I? I was with the fourth wife, right? So this fourth wife leaves the old man, and then the old man is shocked. He calls the third wife. Third wife also was somebody whom he loved dearly, and then he also spent time with her. Third wife, he again asked the same question to her. Will you accompany me? Again, she says, are you crazy, old man? Why will I accompany you? I'm just waiting you to die so that I can marry somebody else. Then will you die? Again, the old man is shocked. He calls for the second wife. Same question, will you accompany me? She says, she just listens to him. She thinks for a while and she says, okay, because you're asking, I can accompany you till the graveyard, not beyond that. And she leaves. Again, this old man is shocked, and all kind of emotions come to him. He sends a word for his first wife. First wife was somebody he spent very little time, or you can say no little time at all. He did not care much, for his first wife. He was sure that she will not accompany me. All these 3 ladies छोड़ दिया तो कैसी आएगी? But still, थोड़ा सा hope था कि maybe. And then he sends a word to his first wife. She comes and she says, my dear, don't worry. I'm there with you. I'll come with you wherever you go beyond death. Now, Buddha, he gives a beautiful analogy. He says, every man or a woman has 4 wives. So what do these wives signify? See, if you are a man, every man has 4 wives. If you are a woman, every woman has 4 husbands. What does this mean? Anybody would like to
Ma'am,
give it a try? Yes, please.
the second wife can be relative. First wife is like ourself or like knowledge, maybe.
Okay, super.
Fourth wife is like materialistic, like the property or something. If we die, we can't take with us.
Super.
Third wife, I don't know, ma'am.
Okay, fantastic. Anybody else?
Ma'am, yes, the third wife can maybe be the body, because it's like that goes till the graveyard, but beyond that, only your soul goes. So
Okay, nice try. Thank you. Yes, anybody else? Okay.
And maybe third wife can be a relative also. They'll go to your graveyard and they'll be back again, back to their places, back to their normal life.
I'm so happy you are able to think in that manner. Yeah, super. Most of you were right. The fourth wife, it symbolizes our body. We care for it, पूरा makeup किया, gym में बनाया, सब बनाया, body बनाया, but at the last moment it does not come with us, right? अच्छा खाना खिलाया, we eat, and we do everything to satisfy our body, to keep it beautiful, but it leaves the moment we die, isn't it? Third wife, as Gitesh said, it is our material wealth, property, jewelry, money. What happens after we die? What happens to our property after we die? It goes to some other person. Like the third wife, she said, after you die, I'm just waiting for you to die so that I can go and marry somebody else. So it symbolizes our property, something which doesn't accompany us with us. The second wife, as Alvira said, are relationships, which can just come till the graveyard, but not beyond that. We invest time, lots of time, everything, but they can accompany us only till the graveyard, not beyond that, isn't it? Now coming to the first wife, it's our mind, it's our deeds, it's our actions, which are always with us. They remain with us, but we don't spend time. And that is the only thing which accompanies us till the end. And we think of our mind, our deeds and our actions only, when we are very old. है ना? अब नहीं सोचते, कोई नहीं सोचता. Only जब when we are going to die, मैंने ऐसे काम किया, मेरे साथ कोई नहीं है, ऐसा क्यों हो गया? है कि नहीं? Now, if the mind is so important, then why don't we spend time with it? Why don't we nourish it? Shouldn't we be doing this? Nourishing a mind? Is it important or is it not?
It is important.
Very important.
Ma'am, it's very important.
Yeah, very, very important. So let's try a little exercise, little activity, and see if we can nourish our mind a little bit. For it, shall we do it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. What I would want you to do is you pick up your paper or chart paper, whatever is handy. Do you have it with you?
Yes,
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
If this is the paper, please fold it like this. Like a greeting card. Please fold the paper like a greeting card. Right? Do you have your color pens and things like that? Let's be children for this hour at least. Right? Open it, and inside I'll read a set of questions. Fine? You have to answer it for your own. This is for your own. You're not going to get scores on this. No test scores, please. This is only for your introspection.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you. I'll do one thing. I'll read the questions one by one. Ready?
All right. Ready, ma'am.
Yes,
Yep.
ma'am.
Okay, super. What things have you done for your parents or friends? Please write down on the inside of this paper. Don't write the story, 1 or 2 points maybe. What are the best things you have done for your
Do you
parents or friends?
we use color pencils to write them, ma'am?
This is your brochure. This is your brochure. Kshitij, Eva, whatever it is. How colorful would you want to make your brochure depends on you. Use whatever you want, write whatever you want. Please let me know if you have done with the first question.
Ma'am, could you repeat the question?
What are the top things, top 2 maybe, you have done for your parents or friends? Please let me know if you are done. Done?
Yes, ma'am, done.
Okay.
Done, ma'am.
Yeah. The second thing is something you do very often.
Ma'am, it can be good or bad anything, right?
It's up to you. What you want to write, you can write. Done?
Yes, ma'am.
Something you own. Please let me know if you're done. We have a bunch of questions.
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. What is something that motivates you?
Done, ma'am.
What is your greatest fear?
Done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. I wish my parents knew. Dash, dash, dash. I wish my parents knew.
Done, ma'am.
When I don't like something I have done, I dash, dash, dash. I repeat, when I don't like something I have done, I क्या करोगे? I what?
Done, ma'am.
What is your best feature? My best feature.
Done, ma'am.
My proudest moment.
Done, ma'am.
Okay. 3 things I need to have in order to have a great life. 3 things I need to have in order to have a great life.
Done, ma'am.
A gift I would like to receive. A gift. What is one thing you like about yourself?
Done, ma'am.
Okay, fantastic. I'll stop here. Take a moment and just look at your paper, what you have written. Just reflect on it. Look at your paper
Can
and
you
just
please repeat the
what you
10th point?
sorry?
The 10th point. Can you please repeat it?
The 10th question?
Yes, ma'am.
What was it? It was a random question. Can somebody?
What are the three things you would like to have, I guess?
No, no,
No,
no, no.
that was
No,
11.
the 3 things.
To lead a good life, what are the 3 things that you
No, no, no. What is the thing that you most like about yourself?
Yeah.
No, that was the 10th one was the 3 things that you need.
The three
The
things.
3 things that you need to like you think that you need in your life.
Okay.
Okay. I thought the last.
So, are we done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I want you to go to this link. Should I paste this link in the chat box?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, please.
Cool, ambitious. Hey, what happened? What happened? Is the link not working?
Ma'am, can you please share the link once more?
Okay, I will do. Positivity, strong. Helpful, wow. Cool, no hurt. Amazing, happy vibes, wow. Super responses from you guys. Smart. Talkative, wow. Fantastic. Now what I want you guys to do is, please show me a paper, the one which you have written, right inside. Now this part of the paper, the front side of the paper, you will be drawing your tree of life. Again, I'll be reading out a set of questions and you will draw a tree of your life similar to this. Am I clear? I'll read out a set of questions and you will draw your life in the form of a tree. I'll tell you what the root signifies, the trunk signifies, etc. Are the instructions?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, super.
Yes, ma'am, please.
Okay, now take out your color pens, pencils, everything on the front side of your paper. You start with the roots. Yeah, you are drawing your tree of life, your life in the form of a tree. So we'll start with the roots. The roots represent your history, your ancestry. Where do you come from? Please do stop me if you don't understand instructions. Your roots are your ancestry. Where do you come from?
Ma'am, so here we have to mention family history.
Hanji?
Do we need to mention our family history here?
It's up to you. Whatever you want to write. Hi, Ava. You can write whatever you want. Your place.
We can write the place where they used to live or something like that, right? Okay.
Yeah. For example, you say stay in Delhi. You can say, from Delhi. So something like that. Where do you come from?
Okay, thank you.
Anything like that. Yeah. And after the roots, you have soil. It's there on the screen what soil represents. Your values. Where do you draw strength from? What are your values or your family's values? It could be honesty, anything. What you think is your values. It could be resilience, it could be anything. Now, every tree has a trunk, right? So trunk, it represents, people who has shaped the tree. Who were your influences? You're a tree, right? So the trunk represents people who influenced you, who were responsible for shaping you. You can write whatever you want, whatever. Branches, after the trunk come the branches, represent your school, your colleges, or any other thing, any organizations you have been associated with as your branches. Then after the branches have leaves or fruits. Represent leaves or fruits, your accomplishments. It could be anything, not only academic, it could be anything. You help somebody, you listen to somebody, it could be anything. Then comes the buds. Please let me know if you need some more time. Buds, your dreams, your hopes for the future. And then the last, dead branches. What do you want to let go in your life? Are we done? I know it's a deep exercise.
Yes, ma'am. Done.
Everybody,
Ma'am.
are we done?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we are done.
Would anybody would like to share your tree of life? Just the top thing, you know. Areva. Areva, okay. Eva, I've seen you. It's very pretty.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bakioka. Wow, I love yours, Ashwin. So colorful.
Thank you, ma'am.
Alvira, बहुत लंबा है. Very nice. Anybody can share your trees? अरे वाह. I would love to read this, but I can't. ठीक है. Okay. Stuti. अरे वाह. Can I see your face? अरे thank you. Yeah. Anybody would like to share your trees? Okay, no problem. Thank you. Now, let's try to reflect on these questions. How is the public you different from the private you? Now, you have written your story in the form of a tree, right? Now, try to reflect on this question. Are you the same person publicly and privately?
No, ma'am.
Just reflect on it. You can share if you want. It is not compulsory you have to share. At least this part. It is only for your introspection. No problem if you want to share. Are you reflecting on these questions? You want me to read out these questions? What makes it hard to be yourself with others? And what do you want people to think and say about you? You can share this if you want. The last response, the response to the last question. What do you want people to think and say about you?
That we get a positive vibe from her, and she's always that happy kind of person.
Okay, wow. Yeah, fantastic. Anybody? What do you want people to think about you? Ashwin?
Ma'am, it's like every time we hang out with this guy, it's like always it's peaceful and it's more like we'll be laughing. I want people to be laughing when they're with me. So yeah.
Okay.
Can I?
Yeah, please.
So I want people to get that image of mine where they thinks that I am that personal kind of a walking secret diary with a cheerful face and a trustworthy image. But I am that kind of a person, but I want people to believe it. So
And who
that
is this?
a-
I'm not able to see you. Who is sorry?
This is Meghna, ma'am. Give me 1 second. I'll switch my camera on. Just 1 second.
Yeah, please.
Ma'am, can you see me now?
Let me try.
Ma'am, here.
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Yeah, please continue.
So that is the kind of image, not the image, that is how I want to be for the people who are around me and who wants me around them. They want, like to take me. I'm the
Okay.
trustworthy person, and I'm the happy, cheerful, ongoing person. If I put all of this in a single word, a person, a shoulder to cry, you may say.
Okay. Nice. Very nice. Anybody else would like to share? Or should we proceed? I suggest you please don't throw this paper after 7 o'clock. Please, please reflect again, and you will discover yourself, at least a part of it.
Sure, ma'am.
Right?
We will not throw it.
Yeah. It is only for you. You do not show it to your parents also, nor your friends. It's only for you to know yourself. Okay. Thank you so much for participating in this. Now let's go to the next. Yeah. Now, a few more reflection questions. How did you feel while making your tree? What were your feelings? Please share.
Ma'am,
Thank-
mostly
It's just like we think we know so much about ourselves, but when it comes to that, we really don't know much.
Mhm.
Ma'am, I would agree to what Kshitij said, as I was really confused while writing these answers.
Mhm.
So yeah, but somehow I managed.
You're a manager, budding manager, so you managed. Yeah.
also like you have to brainstorm so much just to think about yourself, which is supposed to be so easy. But then it's because we don't think about these things on a daily basis that we had to like really put our brain into thinking about each and everything, each and every
Exactly.
question.
And there are many questions, which we don't even think about it, about ourselves. Right? Or anybody would like to share their dead branches? Something you want to unlearn? No, it's okay.
Yes,
You don't
ma'am.
want it, it's okay. Yeah, Ashwin, yeah.
Being guilty of things like
Mm.
that, and feeling left out.
Mhm.
Mm,
Can I?
Overthinking.
Overthinking.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
I'm
overthinking.
overthinking.
Overthinking is one thing for sure.
Okay. Any more responses? Or are we good to go to the next activity? Would you like to share? Okay. Chalo, let's move to the next activity. The next one, what are these emotions? Let's see. Let's try to understand. Have you ever thought why we do what we do? Okay, let me put this question this way. Did you ever say something or did you ever do something which in the hindsight you thought, अरे मैंने ऐसा क्यों बोल दिया? मैंने ऐसा क्यों कर दिया? Did it ever happen to you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
A lot of times.
Yes,
A lot
ma'am.
of times.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
A lot of
ma'am.
times.
Tons of times.
Tons of it happens with me as well, yeah.
Actually, if I say specifically, it happens every day with me. Almost.
It happens every day with everybody, everyone.
True.
But why do we do that? Why do we do what we do?
Out of some subconscious thing, we do it unintentionally. After doing it, we realize what we did. So you don't even have the chance to correct it also or undo it. So yeah, that happens.
Mostly that's like a reflex, like the instant, like something happens and you just want to react to it like that, but then later on you think you could have just handled it in a way better manner, but you didn't, in haste maybe.
Okay. Now can you look at the picture on the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fantastic. Now this picture is a scene from, say, 60,000 years ago, when our ancestors were in African savannas, right? And these people required certain set of skills. Can you guess what skills these people required at that time?
Survival skills.
Hunting.
Hunting.
What skills are required to hunt?
First, to hunt, you'll have to make sure that you have specific weapons, and you.
Sorry, I lost you.
To hunt, basically, you need to figure out like what animal you're hunting. Like it's easier to hunt a hyena rather than hunting a lion. So first you figure out which animal you have to hunt, and then you'll have to figure out, do you have the weapon that is required to hunt. And even before anything else, if you have the will and need to hunt, and how many people are there with you, are they working in a team?
Okay, thank you. Any other responses?
Also, you should be a keen observer, like where you have to hunt, whom you have to hunt, all the external environments, everything should be in your mind while hunting any animal.
Okay. Any other skills do you think these people required 60,000 years ago?
Focus is the key.
Focus, okay.
Ma'am, and they have to keep their family safe also, because we can see there are some family members behind also.
Okay.
Ma'am, swift movements, because to attack or.
Yeah. Now, for example, say this animal is in front of this guy, right? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So this person has to think, he has to have this intuitive thinking or gut thinking, right? He cannot sit and think logically कि ये मेरे को मार डालेगा कि नहीं मार डालेगा, क्या चला जाएगा. No. He has to think on his feet. He has to have this gut feel, right? Are you getting what I'm saying?
He has to go.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
He has to go with his instincts, with his gut, what we call as intuitive thinking. And then a second year or there, that beast or that animal is going to have him for dinner. Isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So it was a matter of life and death for these people to react to even a smaller sound. It could be a snake, it could be a tiger, it could be an animal. All these threats were real, isn't it? So if these people did not think on their feet, did not believe their gut, they would be a dinner to some animal. Agree?
Yes, ma'am. Agree.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Fast forward now. Can you see this picture here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is a mota picture of our brain. Right? This is the basic, even the reptiles, lizards have this kind of brain. It is a basic, very old brain. When you look at a lizard, when you try to, go near a lizard, what does it do?
It moves away. Like
it runs away.
Exactly. It runs away. It does not sit and think, मेरे को नहीं मारेगा या मार डालेगा. It does not think. Its brain is made only for survival. After reptiles, then you have this brain which all the mammals have, and also our ancestors from 60,000 years have, the hunter-gatherer or the old brain. And this is the new brain or the prefrontal cortex, neocortex, which we all have. Are you getting it? So our brain has all these three structures for any sensory stimulus. To reach our brain, it has to travel this way. So what we do is, for example, if somebody does not like your photo on social media, what do? Instinctively, our brain registers, our reptilian brain, it starts to react rather than respond. Then comes the mammalian brain. What do we do? For example, you post your photograph on, say, Insta, and somebody does not like. What is your first reaction?
Ma'am, they might have missed it.
Okay. Okay. Nobody posts on Insta or
We
Facebook.
tend to think, why didn't they like our picture?
Okay, liking is also a problem these days.
I mean, usually
Okay.
you're obsessed with few people liking their pictures. So
Okay. What I mean to say is, all of you agreed on that key. We do something which we don't want to. We say something which we don't want to. Why do we do this? Because for any information, for any senses, to come to this, brain has to pass through all these regions and come here. So this mode, the survival mode, and then the emotional mode, and then comes the logical brain. Once the information is processed, then we act. But we generally don't do this. Why? Because our brain is still in that caveman brain only. Our environment has changed, but our brain has not changed according to the environment. It's like, caveman in genes. Our brain is like that. Caveman in genes. Old brain in new environment.
Yes, ma'am.
In order to think logically and do something sensibly, it will take practice. It is all of you have agreed ki all the skills we were talking of, relationships, decision making, all this are learned skills, right? And any learned skills requires practice. For example, you can't play guitar from birth. It requires practice. All the skills require practice, and it requires time. And these skills can be learned. Are you following what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
This is what we do. Our caveman's brain, it comes out when somebody, a car, it advances your car. What happens? You stop the car on the road and pick up a fight. Most of us have seen this, right? But there is no threat here, but we perceive a threat because that threat perception is there in our caveman's brain. कि मेरे को शायद मार डालेगा, है ना? But all these are perceived threats. That is why we react instead of responding. We react because we feel कि कुछ खतरा है, there is some danger, and this we can control through practice. This process of responding rather than reacting can be done through practice. Do you remember the scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can somebody sum up what is this scene about? Nahin?
Ma'am, this scene is from Munna Bhai MBBS.
Okay.
And here this guy, I think how as much as I remember, he tried to commit suicide because a girl left him. And then Sanjay Dutt came to console him ki why are you trying to commit suicide? Your mother is there for you and she loves you and all. So you should take care of her and you should not, your life is precious, so you should give your life to your mother also.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Now, let me ask you one silly question. Do you remember your first crush? In your high school, maybe?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember?
Yes, ma'am.
Crushes.
Yes, ma'am.
How is it like? Nobody will judge you guys. Come on.
Ma'am, actually, we had this annual day program. So that time, the annual day program consisted of various cultures of India. And in that, there will be this little girl who will be a common person in all the culture. She will be astonished by all the culture. That little girl is my little crush. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anybody else? Thank you so much for sharing. That is so cute.
So for mine, it was a senior actually. So the water for girls used like our school divided girls ka water bottle stall and boys ka stall. So ours was on that side. So after every period, I used to empty my water bottle. I used to walk with my best girl in the class, and I used to go there and I used to fill. I used to make her fill 3-4 bottles more additionally, and I used to stare at that guy and get that little tinglings in this butterfly in the stomach. That was one of the cutest moments I remember from my back from my school actually. Ma'am, you are on mute actually.
I know. There's a procession going on outside, so I just muted myself. I can hear you guys. You can share, please.
That was one of the cutest things I remember back from my intern, like my school.
Okay, I see that nobody has crushes now. Out of how many people? 55, only few. ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Oh, you don't want to share? ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Okay, let's say somebody has a crush on somebody. First love. So these two guys, and then they imagined. Remember Qiyamah se Qiyamah tak scene? Anybody?
Remember what?
They elope and then they have this little hut and then they live ever after happily. They imagined all this. Pehla Nasha.
I remember the song, but I don't remember the
all these Bollywood things.
Just the song, ma'am, Pehla Nasha. That's all we remember.
Oh, okay. You at least can think of a person who is in first love. At least that we can do.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So this, say, Ananya is in that position. Okay, she's in love with somebody and she's struggling, and she imagines a life where she's struggling to make ends meet. They would be poor, but they would be happy because after all, they had love. Right? Can you imagine such a situation?
Ma'am, imagine.
Okay, fine. Now, one fine day, there is a breakup. And everything is finished. And this girl, she cries and she believes this phenomenon of losing a person is something which only she is going through. It is only unique to her. And she closes the door of her room. She hangs a few posters and she writes a few quotes. Yeah, quotes. And one day, she keeps on sulking, say for 1 week, for 10 days. Then one fine day, she comes out of her room and then she tells her mom, what is this fuss about? What was I doing? Now, fast forward, she goes to her high school reunion 10 years down the line and she meets this guy and she sees him, such a fat guy, and stuffing, all the food in his plate. And she just thinks, what did I waste my time on? Are you trying to, are you imagining this situation?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, what happens? Time, see, is never wasted on emotional problems. Now, she was crying for the entire week. She never wasted her time. For a while, she was suffering the loss of her love. But she was also fine tuning her vocabulary of emotions. She was having her inner dialogue. Now, for example, say you are in a problem, and then what self-talk would you do to yourself? Just imagine yourself, you're texting, self-texting to yourself. If you had a problem like this, what would your messages look like? Message yourself. You are in such a situation. You are in a breakup. What would you text yourself?
Maybe just how Sanjay Dutt tells him, फिर हमारे मोहल्ले में ऐश्वर्या आई. That's it.
What, Sanjay Dutt? Sorry, I lost you.
Yeah, ma'am. Like just how Sanjay Dutt says in the scene, like gone is gone, someone else will come.
Okay, when you're sulking, you say this.
Ma'am, like not very directly, but that would be the conclusion of it. But maybe first I'll be supportive to them, like, and make sure they're in a good mental place and they're very peaceful. And I wouldn't like try to force in my perception to them. Would rather try to understand what they're feeling and would try to reciprocate to that.
No. What I'm saying is, see, for example, I have an emotional problem, right? I have a breakup, say, for example. What would I say to myself when I'm going through this problem? What would my thoughts be?
Mom, you'll be very negative either. Like,
yeah,
you'll criticize yourselves.
Yeah. You'd
So
say, yeah, you'd say maybe I'm ugly. That is why, I had a breakup.
Ma'am, a person tends to, underestimate himself or herself in such a situation.
First thing that ever strikes of a mind of a person who has a breakup is, was I not good enough, or was I not at all good enough? Like that kind of a thought you get when you had this breakup wala stage.
Yeah. And it becomes very logical to you at that time, isn't it?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. But why does this happen actually? And then after, say, some time you come out of this problem and you just laugh at it, maybe. Isn't it?
Yes. Ma'am. I went through that. Like, I've seen people first crying over someone, feeling that they're not good enough, and then after a few months or an year maybe, they laugh at the very same thing and they make a joke of it, like, "Main aise kaise thi," like that kind of a situation they goes in. So it's just a matter of time where you heal yourself from something to the other.
Yeah. Time actually, Yeah, please continue.
And ma'am, that's a human tendency where when you are emotionally attached to someone and you are tend to you're breaking up with someone, and you feel bad and you feel negative about yourself. You try to underestimate yourself. So that's all. And after some time, you'll laugh on that. Okay, what I was thinking at that time.
Mom, also like with time you mature also, your thinking changes. And then when you look back, like if we look back at our school crushes, we'll find them silly because now we've grown up and we understand things. So
this, as you say, you mature. So time actually, it is never wasted on emotional problems, It helps you to prepare the next time if something like this happens, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am, true.
Agree, everybody?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so what we have to be prepared is that emotional adversity or emotional problems will likely be part of our life until the end of our days, isn't it? We'll not be free of emotional problems, isn't it? There will be no way to escape unhappiness.
Very true.
What we can do is we can be better prepared in facing these problems, building coping skills. Agree?
Agree, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
This is what happened in the same scene. This guy realized, okay, next time in your words, that happens, I'll deal with it. Isn't it? Yeah. Okay, there's again a link.
Ma'am, what is the Mentimeter code? Could you please redisplay that again?
I've put it in the chat box. Can you see the link?
I think no, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now it's fine.
Now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's fine.
Yeah. Are you able to see the screen?
No, ma'am.
Sad, missing. Exhaustion, bored, unsatisfied with life, alone, lethargic, sadness, busy and occupied, yeah, loved, left out, yeah, happiness, sick, okay. So I see more of, emotions related to anger, fear, sadness, frustration, more of them. Now, Take again a piece of paper and try to journal your feelings in the last week. On Monday morning, what was your feeling? Tuesday morning, Wednesday, just the past 1 week, as far as you can remember. I have a set of, words related to emotions and feelings. In case you need help, it's on the screen.
Ma'am, can you show the previous slide? Okay.
Could you please go to the next slide, no? Where the words are displayed. Please let me know when we are done.
Done, ma'am.
Are we done?
Yes, ma'am.
Or do you need time? Maybe 2 more minutes?
Done, ma'am.
Now just reflect on these questions, please. Did you observe a pattern? Look at your paper. Was there a pattern?
Yes.
Yeah, was there a pattern? Yes, Gitesh, please go ahead. You're on mute, my dear.
Monday morning is all about disappointment, ma'am.
Okay.
And then after like attending some classes at midday, it will be like heavy and outraged. And the evening, it's like some time to rest, so it's comfortable. On Tuesday
How was your
morning,
Friday?
like it's more likely sleepy at the morning, and again like energetic and depressed at the afternoon, and again comfortable at the evening. According to my like college timetable, Thursday, like Wednesday, Thursday, like they are entertaining classes, like they are very helpful classes. So all day energetic and free at the evening. Saturdays, like Friday, Saturday, it's all happy and energetic, man. Sundays is peaceful.
Okay, fantastic. Anybody would like to share your feelings diary? No? क्या हो गया? शेयर नहीं करना है?
Ma'am, usually by the evening time, it's mostly like anxiety because there's like so much work to do and you realize the day is over and then tomorrow there'll be more work. So mostly the evenings are like tired and still anxiety to complete the work. This emotion is usually constant till at least till Saturday.
Okay. All days are like this, is it?
Mostly,
Even
yeah.
Sundays also, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am,
Same.
even Sundays.
Anybody else has different kind of experiences in their diary, feelings diary?
Ma'am, I feel like whenever I used to have a happy night or excited night, the cool, calm night, the next day is very tough, very, very, very tough. I need to wake up in the morning early and do all the pending work because yesterday night I was doing fine, so I have to complete all that work in the next morning.
Okay. Anybody else? That's nice. Thank you for sharing. Okay, what feelings did you struggle with? Or did you find yourself ignoring or stuffing or denying certain feelings? Did you observe this pattern where you were stuffing or ignoring certain emotions?
Yes, ma'am. Like when
Placement season and this internship season is going on now, so everyone is so tensed about their placements, about their internship. So everyone is having some kind of tension, some kind of thoughts in back of their mind, like what will be happening in the next 2 months, where will be there, what will be, where will we will be, and so many things are there, and we tend to ignore those things in our daily work, in our club activities, in our classes, in our daily schedule. We try to be comfortable in that only, so that we can ignore that stuff, we can ignore that tension.
Okay. And remaining people, what did you do with your difficult feelings? If you had any?
Ma'am,
You
slept over them.
Anji?
Slept over them.
Sorry, I lost you.
Ma'am, when something like this happens to me, then I usually sleep over my difficult feelings.
Okay.
That way,
That
the
is your
next.
coping mechanism, right? Sleep
Yes,
is your
ma'am.
coping mechanism.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Any other coping mechanisms? I need some advice. I need some coping advices.
Try to ignore them as much as possible and not keep thinking over them.
Ignore them. Okay. So ignoring will help. Did it help you?
Yes, ma'am. Been happening since like 2-3 days. I try to ignore it and not think about it, and it's helping.
What if you think about it and accept it?
That's also fine, actually. I mean, you're accepting what you're trying to ignore. But then again, it'll make you think over and over again about that same.
So ignoring could be a solution, okay?
For me personally, it's a solution. I don't know for others. Yeah.
Yeah, you can speak for yourself. I know that. Yeah. Anybody? Any coping mechanisms?
Denial. To be in denial. But then it's only for a short term. I think as time passes, you feel like it has caused you more harm, but then still we do it. We live in denial, though over time we know that it's going to backfire very badly because someday we'll have to face it.
Yeah. So everybody has their own different coping mechanisms, and as you all said, we learn as we learn by experiences. Our life experiences teaches all this. I see it's already time. Yeah, we have got only 2 minutes, so I should stop, I guess. How are you feeling right now? Again, the same rhetorical question.
And we are a little sorted. We at least know something about ourselves. We know that tree you asked us to make now. We really get to know about our ancestors. I mean, that we never thought about that. What all other things we want, what all other achievements, what we did, what we want to do. So there are multiple things we are clear about.
But we need to remember this thing. People say, no, think, kya emotional kyun ho rahe ho? Think with your brain, not with your heart. But all that is rubbish. You cannot think if you cannot feel. Just think about it. For example, you don't feel this, this workshop is useful. You feel it is useless. If you think it is useless, you feel it is useless. You feel it is useless, you think it is useless. You cannot separate your thoughts and your feelings. It cannot happen. Any learning cannot happen without feelings. Right? I have lots to talk to you guys, but it's already time. So let me stop here. We actually do, day-long workshops like this because I know it takes time to open up, to think about ourselves. Doing 2 hours, I know it's a bit of hurried kind of thing, but yeah, time will never stop. So I have to stop. And I really had fun interacting with you guys.
So amazing. Like, trust me, it was so amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Really, it was amazing.
Yeah. I wish I had more time. let's see if we can do something else.
So it was a great learning experience for all of us. Self-awareness is the conscious knowledge of our likes. If we know about ourselves, we can live our own interest and our dreams rather than living the lives of others. Then only we will have the ability to know what we are doing as we are doing it, and we will understand why we are doing it.
So we, on behalf of Club Sankalp and the entire fraternity of IBS Hyderabad, extend our thanks to Ms. Shirishra Challapalli ma'am to spare her time from their busy schedule to be here with us. Today, we had an opportunity to hear her thoughts and identify the emotions we are feeling and why we are feeling it. And we hope all of us are taking back something with us. Thank you all. We would like to express our gratitude to our promotional partner, IBS Messenger, and our editorial partner, IBS Newswire. Last but not the least, we would like to thank the participants for their patience and active participation. Thank you, everyone. We wish to see you soon in our future events. Stay home, stay safe. Signing off, Eva Agarwal.
And Kshitij Rathodi.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And
Thank
I
you,
would,
ma'am. Thank you.
thanks especially
Thank you,
Vishnu.
ma'am.
Yeah, Vishnu for, connecting with me, and Ananya as well, connecting with me and giving me this opportunity. It was really fun interacting with you guys. Good luck with everything you do. All the best.